So it's time to discuss transfers once again. Today we might not have a lot to rate because there are not a lot of official deals confirmed between our last episode and this one. But regardless, there's still a lot to talk about, and we've got one rating to do, and this one is for you, Victor. Rate Petrovic to Bournemouth, a goalkeeper, £25 million on a 5-year contract from Chelsea.
I would normally give it a 9. I just feel like they overpaid a little bit. They should have been a little bit more convincing in negotiations, telling Chelsea, look, it's just one goalkeeper out of your 10 million. Just give him to us for 15 million or something. I'm gonna give it an 8, but I think this is a really good deal for the Cherries.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. I think maybe they were about 5 or 6 million overpriced or something thereabout, but yeah, I think that's about it, or maybe even 10. But yeah, moving on, Victor, this one's still for you. Liverpool remain interested in both Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike. And Ekitike is also attracting interest from Newcastle. So there has been this whole merry-go-round. Liverpool saying, "Oh, if you don't sell us Isak, we are going to go ahead and do this." Newcastle standing their ground and whatnot. What do you think is the whole merry-go-round surrounding Liverpool, Newcastle, and both forwards?
It just feels like a bit of playing chicken, right? It's obvious Liverpool's primary target is Isak. And Ekitike, somehow, I don't think there's actually genuine 100% interest in him. It's more of a tactic to kind of scare Newcastle a little bit into selling Isak. Um, Liverpool are notorious for not settling for plan B if they cannot get their main target. They've done it a million times already, and I don't see why this would be any different. Isak is definitely their plan A, their main transfer target right now. I genuinely have no idea what's going to happen next, but I wouldn't be too surprised if Liverpool managed to get Isak before Arsenal announced Gyökeres.
No chance, no chance. Well, yeah, moving on. Manchester City, this one's for you, Max. Manchester City are interested in signing Mark Andre Ter Stegen as a replacement for Ederson. In your opinion, does that make sense or not?
I mean, you wanna replace 31-year-old goalkeeper with 33 years old goalkeeper. I mean, obviously he fits Guardiola's team for sure because he's also pretty good with his leg. He's long range passes and he's quite stable with that. But you're never replacing 31-year-old with 33 years old. So I don't really feel like this is a good move. Definitely.
Yeah, fair enough. Moving on, Victor, and this one is not about any of the big sides. It's actually about one of the new boys, and we're talking about Sunderland. They've actually been pretty busy, by their own standards at least, and now they're exploring a move to sign Bayer Leverkusen and ex-Arsenal captain Granit Xhaka, in what would be an audacious move. But looking away from just this signing, what kind of team can we expect from Sunderland next season, especially given the number of signings they are making?
I mean, hopefully one that stays up. um, okay, I actually came across a stat this morning, and they're in the top 10 for money spent so far across Europe. In Europe's top 5 leagues, in the top 10 teams, 7 are English. One of them is Sunderland. They've spent about £100 million already this summer. It does feel like a very, it's not a scattergun approach, if you ask me. They're not signing everything that moves in a hope that they stay up. It seems like a measured approach, a lot of thought process behind it, and you have to appreciate that for a team that only just come up. So Chaka absolutely brings a wealth of experience. Hopefully can maybe stay unsuspended for about 20 games. But in terms of leadership, there are few better players out there that they can go for.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. And moving on to a player that is looking for a new challenge, and Max, this one's for you. Luis Diaz has made it clear that he wants to leave Liverpool, and we've spoken about him in previous episodes whether he is going to remain at Liverpool or not. But now it seems like he has made it clear he wants to leave, and this comes after Liverpool rejected a 58.6 million pound bid from Bayern Munich. But the question here is, were Liverpool wrong to reject that bid? When you think about it,
I mean, this bid is only good for Bayern actually, because I don't feel like Liverpool can replace Luis Diaz and buy somebody for this 60 mil at the moment at least. So even if player doesn't want to play it for Liverpool, you still cannot replace him with this money. And since now you also need a forward, and if you lose Diaz, then you have to sign at least 2 or 3 attacking players, while they're struggling to sign even one. So I'd say this is definitely not a move for Liverpool. Maybe if they offer 80 or 90, then you can think about it. But for 60, I feel like it doesn't worth it.
if you genuinely think a 28-year-old Diaz is worth 90 million, then I have a country to sell to
Maybe
you, man.
Jackson is 100 mil.
I have a country to sell to you. If you think Diaz is worth 90
But also
million,
you
nah.
signed Madueke for 50, and this one is only 58.
Yeah, and I've, and
No,
I've
man.
been against it, and I've been against it ever since. Exactly, I've been against it from day one till now. Till next season, I'll be against it. But anyways, moving on, Victor, this one's for you. Chelsea have reportedly joined the race to sign Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace, and we know Chelsea literally joined the race for anything. If Usain Bolt is going in a race, they are going to join. Chelsea just join everything that moves these days. But the question, Victor, is that do Chelsea even need Eze in any regard?
I would say no compared to other big teams from England. Like anyone else in the big six, I think could make better use of having Eze. They don't suffer from any homegrown issues. Chelsea either. They have midfielders. They have wingers. Like the sort of in between in the lines sort of player that Eze can play so very well. I'm not saying don't go for him because it's still a damned good player, but at the same time, come on, seriously, another 70 mil for what? For something you don't genuinely need. I I'm just always at a loss nowadays talking about Chelsea's transfer policy is, let's say, challenging, but
Yeah, it's challenging, man. Like they literally just sign players they do not need, slap them 8, 9 year contract, and it's really
yeah,
confusing.
the length of contracts, I get it. Okay, you want to spread out the costs and give them
Yeah.
maybe slightly lower wages on longer, but this sort of like really long contracts, this rather works with players you already know. You don't bring in someone from overseas or even from within the league. You don't know how they're going to adapt to the, let's say, kind of party lifestyle of West London, and you give them these huge contracts, let them prove themselves, bring them in on a regular, normal people, mortals, 5-year contract or whatever. After 2 years, if they're settling in fine, then give them 7 or 8 years or whatever your heart desires. But this is it's ruining it for everyone, I find. And this isn't like sour grapes or anything, but I would rather see somebody who already proves themselves being rewarded with a contract like that, instead of, oh, let's bring in this 21-year-old kid and tie him down for 9 years. What's the logic in that? Give it to
Yeah,
Pablo.
honestly, I don't see the logic in that. But I mean, Todd Bowley and company seem to disagree, so we'll just have to
Yeah.
We just have to wait a couple years and see how it all pans out for Chelsea. But on that note, that's all we have in this episode of our transfer discussion. Everything is eating up. The Premier League is getting closer and closer. And at this stage, we are officially less than a month until the new season starts.